Alright. Just changing a few more settings, and then we're gonna go ahead and get this this party started. I had the wrong screen up there, so yeah, we are starting, not ending. How is everybody doing with their Sunday? It's been a pretty nice Sunday over here. Pretty sunny. Can't complain. Very nice weather. We got some news that it looks like this Tuesday we're going to get a booster bundle, and the St. Patty's Day event will be making another comeback this coming Tuesday. So, yeah. So we got those coming, and it looks like we're going to have I think it's called the glossy finish material. So it's basically the wet paint material, but without the animation. So for those of you that said you like the wet paint but not with the animation, well then this would be your chance to go ahead and get the version that doesn't have that. So definitely much interest there, and a lot of people have been asking for that for quite a while now at this point. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out some of these styles out over here. We're seeing some Invincible. The show for Invincible has been pretty amazing. I think the last episode is coming this Thursday, but it's shaping up to be a really good show. If you're like into the superhero genre, but you like it to where it's kind of turned on its head, like in The Boys, the Boys TV series, something of that kind of nature, I think you'll like Invincible. But yeah, so let's go ahead and check these out. I think I saw like an Ares character, so we'll start off with them first, because that really piqued my interest when I came over here. Alright, here we go. Ares, God of War. It's got it's got like a young Trigon look to it, and I like how they used the silver material for the waist and the hands. It has a very basic look, but that's good. I like it. It definitely adds a little more character to the appearance. So I think that's quite nice, and I think the solar is a nice aura. It's not. It's like a nice fire aura to where it's not over the top like the scorching sometimes, but it still has like the essence of like fiery energy around the character. So this is not bad. I kind of like that. And then we have Tony Stark over here. If you've been watching my videos or my shorts, you'll know that I also made an Iron Man style recently, and it used a new face style. Not this one, the OP item. The OP item that we have this time around, it's a face style, and I went ahead and I made a style with that in one of my videos, in the Marvel request video. So if you haven't seen it, it's a good style, and with the new thing that I'm doing with my videos, I have little time cards that pop up next to each of the styles when they appear in the videos. And yeah, and so they go ahead and they show up, and they will route you to unlisted videos that give you the full details. So it just makes it easier for you guys to get the details. Because you could send out comments like on old videos, and I'll still reply to those. But it does allow you kind of get your styles going without having to like wait for a reply or whatnot. Even though I try to get them as quick as possible, I know sometimes it's not super fast. But yeah, very nice. He's a 236, so he's working his way up, but a solid choice of materials at least. Alright, we got PPZ over here. Let's check him out. Okay, so he's trying to look like Angstrom from the Invincible TV show. The only thing he's missing is the large head. If he's listening to the stream, I would use the Afro hairstyle and maybe use like a material on it. But otherwise, very nice. I like it. Yeah, just make it the same flesh tone, and you'd probably have the same sort of idea there. But yeah, very nice style. Looking at chat here, we have Death Send You. Hey, bud, how's it going? It's been a little bit. Long time no talk. If you don't know, Death Send You also has a YouTube channel, and he had posted quite a bit. I think he's taken a little bit of a break for the most part, but I don't blame him. He put a lot of work in, but he does some really good styles. I recommend you check out his channel. He does some good work. All right, we got Mark Racing over here, so we got an invincible character. So I like that. I think that's a very fair style for Mark. I think that's one of the more faithful versions. The hands work out pretty good. The only thing is you got like the electric stripe there, but if you overlook that, it's not bad. It's pretty good. And I think this head style, the Indigo head style, is literally one of the only best versions of a head style in the game to actually use for Invincible. So I've seen people use that like no matter what, they use that head style because it's literally the best one you can find for the most part. All right, and then we have PPZ. He says, "I'll try that, thanks." Yeah, you need like just gotta have a large head. But I know what you were going for, so I was able to appreciate that. And I saw you're using the little orbs as the accessory, but you know what I would do instead? I would use that Brainiac head style. The Brainiac accessory. This one, PPZ. Look at this. I would use this one instead. You know how he has like those. I would use this, the automation mind, and then you have silver around these areas, and then color in that middle red to kind of look like his implants that he has on his head. Zarutu12 says Phase 1 is full. Yeah, I did notice Phase 1 was, well, I can't even check, but yeah, it says population 131 to 175. The only other thing I could think of is if you shout out and have somebody invite you into the phase, because I know it hasn't hit the hard cap yet. So if you're a hero, it should be pretty easy for you to get a group. Otherwise, if you're a villain, let me know and I'll see if I can invite your character in. I have no problem doing that. Okay, so we got Sasame Misiki. Let's look over here. Here we go. So this is like another Viltrumite character, like their sort of style in the show. This is kind of like the general style that they were for the most part. So just, you know, regular Viltrumite. We got Alexandros. Let's take a look at him. So an armored style, I like it. Not bad. Very nice, like the shaded matte. And you got the gold on the chest and belt. Alright. Let's see, we got Devil of Hell's Kitchen. So I'm guessing that's going to be a Daredevil. Very specific. Okay, I like the tactical look. I wish we just had a better head style. Somebody requested on one of my videos for Daredevil, but as I do want to do as many requests as I can. Like, they won't be immediate, but I do try to fit them in wherever I can. But I kind of said, like, I'm kind of on the fence with Daredevil, kind of waiting for something better to come around for him, because to be honest, we don't really have great head styles when it comes to Daredevil. I mean, some people use like Batman head styles, or like the Dark Bat head style or whatnot. The first Batman head style we got, like the official, to make Daredevil, but it's not the same. Like, it's definitely much different. He has horns that poke out the front, not ears that go up the side. So, maybe when we get something different for him, maybe I think that would be something I'd explore. It's just kind of disappointing that they haven't really put anything out that kind of works for him. And then we have our Doctor Strange. Very nice. You could tell these are the newer boots and hands that they got the material on. The shading's like so much better. Very nice. Alright, Pup says, I'm definitely getting the automation accessory for the style. Gotta save Bizarro tokens. I agree. And it says, are you also watching the Daredevil Born Again? I've heard a lot of good stuff about that show, but I'm not too crazy about the character. Like, the character, like, is okay, but I never really found myself really getting sucked into that character. I kind of figured if I wanted a vigilante that had no powers, I always had Batman. Okay. Dr. Voight Krampf says, which server is this? US? Yes, it is the USPS server. And we are in phase 1 in front of Little Bohemia Police Station. Alright, we got Super Bonfire here. I like the name, so we're going to take a look at them. I like the emblem, and I like how they use the glossiness of the two materials that came with the source chroma. I like that. Like, they're not making too much of the emblem. The emblem has like a nice contrast. The suit is very basic, but very like tailored because it's a 31st century suit. And, you know, so it's not a very extravagant suit, but it still has like the nice gilded appearance to it. Like, this looks like this kind of has like the same like color scheme as like the kind of like the Hall of Justice, or like that other Hall of Justice that's in the 6th dimension where you fight 6-dimensional Superman. Has very much the same color scheme, and then he's got fire, so he almost seems like somebody that would come from like the 31st century, who has a fire power, and his clothes are more tailored for the future. You know what I mean? So this is kind of cool. I like that. The only regrettable thing is maybe add like an aura or something to it. It doesn't have to be big. It could be a hand aura or whatever. But I think if you've got a slot, you might as well use it. But otherwise, it's very nice. You could even get like a dark aura, like the smoke coming off of you, emanating off of you. Alright, then we have Conqueror over here. So this definitely has like a Mortal Kombat feel to it. I like the head style. Head style is very nice. I like that. Yeah, some solid choices. Maybe a material or two here or there. Alright, and then we got Godman here that says, check this one out. So, Godman, let's, I'll find your name and we'll check you out. And see what you're rocking today. Okay. I like it. It's very different. I like the hand actually works really good with the boots. I don't know why, but it does. I like that. I think the legs are a solid choice with the boots. They don't really cut into them too much. And the flow of it's really nice. The belt's cool. I like that. Yeah. It's not bad. I like that. That's a nice style. Yeah, let's give it a spin. And I like how he used like a pink aura instead of like a purple, so it has a very like light appearance. So it shows that like a majority of the actual power itself is from the, from the head, and everything else is like a much weaker energy. So you know where the power source is. I like that. It's a good choice. All right, and so we got Omni over here. Let's check him out. He looks like a Viltrumite character. Maybe it's one that they leveled up with the recruitment event. Yeah, it's supposed to be like Omni-Man, but his Viltrumite suit. Okay, he's just starting out. Alright. So we've got... Let's look at Revelation. He's rocking that one wing and I haven't seen many people do that as of right now. So this is kind of cool. This has like an archangel feel to it, like more of like a metal archangel. You know, if you had like an archangel from like heaven or whatever, but then you mix it with like a punk rocker. That's kind of the feeling I get from that. I kind of like it. I think it works really well. Yeah, I like that. Very nice. And then we got Vengeful Bat, the little guy over here. So let's take a look. Here we go. It's different, but I do like the head style. I think the head style was a solid choice, especially for the small character size. I think it really works with like the tactical feel. So I think like all the little different parts and like the strips of like the material, like the bands around the back of the neck, which makes the helmet. I think that looks really good. And then you got like the lines in there versus like the chest. So yeah, so I mean, even though he changed the head style, I think the other one was better. I think it was a little slim. It was tactical, but it still had like the same looks that you wanted. I mean, this isn't bad, but the other one was better. Alright. Let's see here. We got Death Wish over here. The name's nice, so now I gotta see the character. I mean, I like that he's using the shadow chroma. I haven't seen a lot of people using those. This is the face style I was talking about where I made the Iron Man. Definitely a great face style for him. I like that how they have the contrast between the purple and the black. So yeah, I think that was a good choice. And I think the armor wasn't bad either for a choice. Alright. And so we have KA Experiment X saying, the guy throwing the ice ball, doing this all day long, each day for 10 hours, each day's non-stop. I don't know. I guess he just loves throwing ice balls around Metropolis. PPC says, LMAO, yeah, I remember back in 2023 there was another dude doing that. Mars Casket said, could you look at Junior Wayne? It's a style I made today. I've been trying to get your attention. I know you were trying to get my attention. PPZ says, you think the new material coming out is going to be expensive? In terms of the broker, yes, I do think it will be expensive. I feel because it doesn't have the wet paint animation, I think it will be expensive. I think if you were team wet paint or you were team shaded comic, I think a lot of people said shaded comic was better because they didn't like the wet paint flowing animation. But since there's literally now going to be a material that doesn't have that animation, I think that's definitely going to be a major game changer, and I think that's going to be the material that everybody's going to want. You know, so it's like go figure. The one material that you're going to get for free at the end of the year is now going to be second best compared to a new one, which is way better. So that's what I think, at least. But yeah, that's kind of what I think of it. Oh, I think Descenju, I think he made what I thought he did. Yes, he did. He did Black Bolt from the Black Bolt. I'm trying to think of the name for the group he's part of. But anyway, yeah, definitely a great style. Jai says you should look at some of the females. Do you have one that you would like to recommend? I'm kind of just flipping through some people and their styles. Is there anyone in particular that you're looking at? Let me know. The Inhumans, thank you, Doctor. PPZ, yeah, PPZ says, I'm Team Comic Shade, but having that material be pretty cool for skin tones. That's what I tell a lot of people. I think that the shading is overdone, and you can get skin tones so much better with like a wet paint material. And so now that you don't have the animation, it's like now there's really no excuse. And I think that's going to make it far more valuable. Where shaded comic, it's like you can't do the same thing. Like you can try, but you can't. We got Chasm over here. Let's check them out. They look like a villainous character. Yeah. So they look like a predator character. That's what it reminds me of. Very nice. Yeah. I like the whole energy, like green energy feel. Alright. Let's see. We've got Caldra. Probably mispronouncing that, but let's check them out anyway. Here we go. So it seems to be like a, I don't know, maybe like a Elseworld Hawkgirl like variant, maybe. That's what it kind of reminds me. Or in the comics, I forget the name, but you do have these characters that live within like another dimension with like the center of the Earth sort of a storyline. Maybe they were meaning to make those characters. I forget the name of those characters. They're very obscure characters, but they did kind of cover them in like some of the old Justice League shows. Very nice though. The mix of materials were good. Let's look at Alexandros. It looks like he changed his style. Is it any different? No. Okay. All right. He has one style that's really good, but he hasn't worn it in a while. I saw it one time, but then he like changed his style halfway through the video, so I couldn't use it. So we got our Cosmic Ghost Rider. All right. Let's see. We've got Snow That Product. Very suspect name. Should probably be for a villain, but let's take a look. Okay, so we got basically a Pokemon style. Very different. I like how they're flexing their void. We got Hawkeye running around here, thinking we wouldn't notice. Hawkeye Clint TM. So, like I actually think this is a really solid, like Hawkeye style. Like most of the styles I see for Hawkeye are like, how do I say it? They're like casualized or like modernized. Where this is like pretty much like comic accurate for the most part. Where the other ones, it's like they try to like really dress him down into more like tactical gear, which I mean is fine, but you don't really see much of, like any other version. So I think that was kind of cool. You got Apocalyptian Trooper. I mean, it's not bad. I do like the armor style. It has very much like a Stormtrooper feel to it. But you can tell they're just starting out, so they don't look bad at all for being a level 5. Like, that's pretty good. We've got Wise Athena. Let's take a look at them. I always like Greek characters. Get them into the mix. So we have Athena here. Got the Wondrous Bracers, which are amazing. I've had so many styles that I've ended up using those on. They're so amazing. Like, they're like the first set of really good long bracers that don't have like a ton of things going on with them. So they're like amazing to use. Like, you don't realize how far behind you are and like getting good, good bracers until you finally have those and you're like, wow, those are great. And then we got like a Loki character. Definitely very nice. Nice choice in like the chest and legs. They mesh together like really well. Like they almost look like they're like the same piece because of how well like they like it. Okay, so it clips a little, but it's so like slight that I didn't even like notice it until they really had to like turn the character around. But for me, that's not even like a deal breaker. Like that's a really nice style, and how the shoulders lay on the chest style is nice as well. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so we got Leaping Volt. Yeah, that's what I said. Classic Hawkeye. You can't go wrong with that. That's nice. I don't see enough people do that. We got Leaping Vault. So it's like a cybernetic style. Don't mind it. I like a lot of the bionic stuff. You know me, I like cybernetic, cyborg, robotic, limbs being replaced by robotics, whatnot. I like that. And then, of course, you have like the shoulder piece. That's cool. I'm down for that. If you had like a cape that came off from behind that cape, that would be, from underneath that shoulder piece, I'd make it even more rad. I kind of like that. Kind of like putting like a regal sense to it or whatnot. But either way, it's a really nice shoulder piece. I've got to find something that really works nicely with that because it is a nice nice piece. All right, so we got Harley over here, but she does not seem to be in her usual Harley getup. So let's see what she's wearing. So this definitely has. So I know this is her Diana style that she wears in the new Suicide Squad game. So this is her wearing the Wonder Woman suit. So very very well done. Yeah, very well done. Yeah, it's just amazing how they put it together. Very, very good choice in just all the different styles used. The hair works really well. So you can't go wrong with that. Alright. Let's see, make sure I'm not missing anybody that's either below or behind me. We got Gorilla Grodd here. I'm kind of seeing what they're wearing just in their regular style. He doesn't actually have like a Gorilla Grodd style. It's him just wearing the gorilla trinket. Oh, that's kind of a pity. I mean, but it would be hard to make it, but I've seen some people pull it off. We got our Star Sapphire. Very nice. I kind of wish that the star would show up, but since it's like color locked, it always blocks assets that are color blocked, blocks them out with black, so you can't see them. But otherwise, not bad. Very nice. We got Lady over here. She always does a fantastic job about the styles she makes. I haven't seen her in a while, but like I said, she makes great styles, and she has not proved me wrong even in this instance. Definitely a very like a very mythical style. I've seen her make ones that had like antlers and stuff, and it was like very like elven in nature. So definitely really cool, and it looks like she has the flower right on the front of her face, but it's really the Star Sapphire star. Very nice. Has a very cool like twisted poison ivy feel to it. Alright, let's see here. What's their name? I'm looking at the way corner, so it's Outlaw. Outlaw of Gotham. Outlaw. Let's take a look at them. Alright. I don't know what this character is, but it's cool. I like it. I like the boots. They work pretty well. I like the, like, if you want like the most leathery looking gloves, the most robust looking leathery gloves, you always want to go with the Black Hawk gloves. You won't go wrong with those. You can either go with those, or you could go with the Bostonian brand gloves. Those are amazing too. But yeah, very nice. And I like the void on the helmet. It gives a nice contrast to like the bright style for the rest of it. Okay, so we got Arrowman over here. Did I check him out? I cannot remember whether I did or not. And we got to check out Adorable Lantern. You know, just because of the name. Like when you have a name like that, then now you're setting up expectations. Okay, I think in some aspects I think they're correct. Yeah, it's very different style. I don't know. I think maybe they could use some pants, but other than that, not bad. I like the kind of green energy that they're trying to put all over with their character. Okay, we got Kara and Zay. Let's check them out. Hey, what's up, Chosen? How's it going, bud? Just checking out a few styles with everybody here. This one's not bad. I'm not crazy about how the pants clip into the feet though. That's kind of distracting, but everything else is cool. Yeah, it's definitely got that, like that authentic like Kryptonian like garb. Very nice. I think the only thing is they'd probably want to use like higher leg boots or something to really cover up that discrepancy there at the knees, because that shredded stuff doesn't look that great, to be honest. And then we got Wanda Django. Here we go. So it's basically like a classic Wanda. Yeah. It's different. I kind of like it. The only thing I'm not crazy about is that you have the void for the head and then for the hands and feet, so you can't even really see them, to be honest. I know they're probably trying to go for the form of it and how slimmed down it is, but at the same time now you're just losing detail. But I do kind of like the idea. Let's zoom in here a little bit. Let's see here. We got Courtney here. Let's check them out. All right. So we've got ourselves like a Stargirl style. Very nice. I think it's pretty faithful to the character. I kind of like the shorts that they put on it. That works really well. The chest style's a nice, like a very it's a very compact style. It works very well. It's not overdoing it. It's not super bulky. It doesn't need any of that. It stays pretty true to the character. We got a Cassandra over here. So yeah, so we got a Wonder Girl style here. I actually have a Wonder Girl style of my own that's coming out in one of my other videos. It'll be the DC request styles. That drops down on the channel Tuesday. So you'll see my take on the classic version of the character that was in the game before they revamped it. I even had people respond to that post and they're like, yeah, I didn't even really care for the new version of it, and I have to kind of agree with them. I wasn't too crazy about the current version of Wonder Girl. I don't know. The style just doesn't really fit for what I feel. It doesn't fit for the character. We got a Brainiac ×5 character. They probably meant like Brainiac 5, but yeah. Very nice. I mean, they got a good material. They just got to make it work for them. And then we've got Ben Dova over here. Definitely a joke name. Definitely has like a very wicked, like Sweeney Todd feel to it. But I like it. I can get down with it. I'm a villain. I like that sort of stuff. It's kind of cool. And then we got Batman GK. Let's take a look at them. Let me see if I can find them here. Okay, very nice. I like it. All the colors are balanced out for the most part. I mean, I'd probably do like maybe a slightly less bright yellow, but otherwise, like, it works well. If he's trying to match it with the emblem, it totally makes sense. Because I know there are some versions of Batman where he does have the emblem and the belt be the same color. So that makes a lot of sense with him doing that. And then we got Emotional Spectrum over here. Is that actually spelled correctly? I'm just curious. It looks like it. Yeah. Let's check them out. So we got ourselves a Kyle Rayner White Lantern. I'm sure this person's really happy to finally be able to get that face style from this upcoming seasonal. Because they probably don't have the face style because they're not wearing it. So they probably don't have it. But they will have it soon. This coming Tuesday. Alright, so we've got Doom over here. Is this the same Doom that I saw last week? Let's take a look. It is not the same Doom. But I have seen the style before. It was a couple weeks back, not last week. But very cool. I think a lot of people, the mainstay for a lot of people is the bionic suit. Alright, and then we got the Thing over here. Let's see if I could find him. So the belt I would probably use for this is the Legion belt. So I think it's called the Magnetic Paladin. That'd be the best belt for that. Because you could color, if you put a material on it, you can have white on the inside for that, and then for, on the L basically, but it looks like a 4, and then you have black on the rest of the belt. And there you go. You'd have a Fantastic Four belt. Let's see. We have Shirai here. Let's go ahead and check them out. See, now I love this. Like this is like character immersion. I like this. You've got the flies going around. You have the Lord of Lies accessory going on. But she just looks like a character of like rot, you know? Like she's got like the new skin basically. She's got the new skin. You see all the flies around here, the wicked thing on her back, on her shoulder. Even her feet are like very like old looking. That's cool. And then you got like the skulls for the hands. That's a very well thought out style. And then you have like a very occult like belt on the side, like a sash. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Very wicked appearance. Very fit for a villain. Yeah. Major props. That works out very well. Very nice. And then we have Ivory. Let's look here. Let's find their name. I mean, they were close by, so it shouldn't be that hard to find them. Here we go. And they are also using the new skin. It looks like their aura's flickering. Kind of interesting. But yeah, I think this is kind of cool too. They're also using the black neon. That's kind of cool. Like the difference of that. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Let's see what else. We've got Petunia over there, so let's go ahead and check them out. Okay, so they've got the style that we usually see them with. I'm guessing that's either void, bioluminescent, or maybe like shaded comic on there, and then the rest is like Phoenix. So not bad. I'm trying to think what that belt is. I do not recognize that belt. That's interesting though. Yeah. I usually recognize them, but that's one I don't. It kind of looks like the Psycho Jester, but it doesn't have like the studs in it. Interesting. Alright, let's see what else. We've got hunters down here. Let's go ahead and check them out. So it's a very classic huntress style. Very nice. It uses the chest style from the original Vengeance set, which is inspired by Huntress. Alright. And so we have Doctor saying, that's the right Wonder Girl style. Yes, 100%. And Chosen is saying, what is the best Marvel character should I try to recreate in DCUO? I think that's a good question. Something I would recommend, which is hard for a lot of people if they're not used to doing it. But I feel one of the best things you can do to recreate a character is either make a style that's so good that somebody hasn't done for a certain character that works really well, or make a style for a character that people aren't able to make or they don't think of making, and you have the styles for it in the game. So it's definitely much different. Like I did a style of like Blue Marvel, and that was because it was a request. But in basically the latest video I posted on the channel, somebody requested Blue Marvel. They've never really seen anybody make a style on the character, and I said, okay, I'll take a shot and see what I can do for that character, see if anything really lines up. And for the legs, there weren't really that many styles to make the legs like comic book accurate, but I found one that was close, and I made it work, and I was really happy with the final product I had. So I went ahead and I'm like, okay, you know, I think I can go ahead and put this into the video. But yeah, like if I'm not happy with the style, like even if it's technically correct but it doesn't look right, I'm not going to throw that in the video. But there are some styles that I still don't make to this day just because they don't work out very well. But there are some that are unexpected and they do work very well. So I would tread the path that is least traveled. I would definitely look at some of the popular characters, but ones that don't really get made too often because people really don't know how to make them or don't really think of making them. I think that's where you're really going to see that appreciation for the style. Because like at this point, it's like everybody pretty much has their own version of Doctor Doom. Everybody has their own Dark Witch, Wanda Maximoff style. Like everybody's got like their own Spider-Man style, or a lot of people do. So there's a lot of these same styles that are kind of floating around, and everybody does it. And I think after a while, people are kind of like, okay, I've seen that before, and it doesn't have as much of an impact. But if you're doing something that people don't see a lot of, then, or you do like an interesting take on it, then it's like, oh, they kind of stand there for a second. They're like, wow, that's actually pretty cool. So yeah, not trying to give like a long-winded answer, but yeah, there's none straight off the top of my head. But I knew that if I like started researching a few and took a look, I'd be like, oh, okay, I could do this, or this really catches my eye. Tim Sheehan says, replace the shoulder cannon back piece on my cybernetic style with the red cape. I think it looks a lot better. Thanks. Well, I appreciate. I did see that, and I'm glad it really worked out. Um, for me, I flip through a whole bunch of styles when I make certain suits and stuff because yes, there's always going to be things that I'm going to be drawn to or a specific style that I'm used to making that has a certain aesthetic to it. But sometimes some of your best styles comes from you using things you wouldn't usually use. And sometimes you get these combinations and you're like, wow, how did I not see that coming? So you got to step outside your comfort zone a little bit and really just flip through some styles, and before you know it, you're sitting there and you're like, how did I come with this? How did this style just kind of come up? And it did, but it looks good. So some of these combinations that I put together, it's like, yeah, I have an eye for good styles, but also some of these are just dumb luck, you know? Like I put things together, I'm like, wow, that actually looks really good together, you know? Just a combo of different styles. So I think sometimes people are a little too critical when they're putting styles together because they think it has to look a certain way, but once you kind of sit back and you're not as tense with your style choices and you kind of just sit back and just let it flow and flip through the styles and see what really naturally comes together, you'll be surprised how many styles you come up with that actually look like really good. So that's something that I like to do, and some of my best styles have been from that, is just kind of just sitting back, flipping through the styles and see what comes naturally, what comes together, and you'll be really impressed with what you come up with. Okay, so Harley, I think she's in between a style right now, or she was. She was wearing the Wonder Woman style from the new Suicide Squad video game. She's not wearing that now though. I don't know what she's wearing now. Beats me. Maybe if you recognize it, you can let me know in the comments what you think she's wearing. Yeah, but I know she was wearing the Suicide Squad Wonder Woman style. Yeah, it was very spot on. I loved it. I don't know this new one that she's wearing, but I did like the other one she was. We got Kronos over here. It looks like an Egyptian character. I kind of like it. I think, see like how he has the energy that's kind of flowing through this. I think if he were wearing that, if he was wearing that new, or when it comes out, that blue disruption material, I think it would go perfectly with that. I think it would go amazingly well. Because I mean, this one's alright, but I think if you had the disruption blue, I think they're roughly the same color. It'd have the same energy feel to it. But otherwise, very nice. And he's got a nice cape. Yeah, very nice. And we got Ivy sitting over here. Someone with the name Ivy. Like, actually the name Ivy. So let's take a look. See, this is like a very basic version of Ivy, but I like it. It's not making too much of itself. It's very basic, but it's nice. I like that. And the aura is very nice as well. Yep. And I think they're a nature character. Yeah. They gotta be. They're green. They're healer. And Taha says that Harley is wearing the Enchantress from Injustice 2. Okay, I didn't see much of Enchantress from Injustice 2, so that makes sense. Thank you. I appreciate it. We got Xerax here. Alright. Like, I like this. This is very nice. It's this kind of, like, you could tell this is like a cloth style, but the way that he colored it makes it look like armor. Like something like conquistadors and like you know, like the old Spanish age, you know, the exploration age. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Yeah, look at that. So it looks like that chest armor that they used to have, that smooth chest armor. I like that. Very, very nice style. And I mean, if you see here, they're not wearing really any sort of materials. The only material that they actually have on is for the belt, and it's wearing the wet paint. That's literally it. So you don't always have to have materials. Materials help a lot, but in this style, you don't really need it. But like, this is a combination you probably wouldn't come up with unless you flipped through and had the right colors. But it's a very nice style. Very nice. All right. Let's see what else. We got Lantern Kyle over here. Oh, it looks like we have two white lanterns battling it out. Here we go. Lantern Kyle. Does he have the face style? No, he doesn't. So he's probably working on it as well. Ah, he changed it. Is he no longer a white lantern? It looks like neither of them are white lanterns now. Oh well. Alright. Let me take a look at Kyle again. See what he's got going on. Okay, so it looks like almost like the Ion version of Kyle Rayner. That's not bad. And he like doubled up on the face style like I used to when we didn't have the official face style. He so a lot of people used to use Gotham Knight and the Owen face style to make it overlap to make it appear like they had the full, like the giant face style on. But now we just have the Torchbearer face style, so now we don't need to do that. Okay, so we got Moro Ram over here. I don't know if I checked them out or not. Let's take a look. So there we go. I like the chest and the legs for the so the chest for this is really cool, and the legs that usually match it. Like the legs that he's wearing now don't match, or weren't part of the set for the chest. But like I liked it because of like the meshes that they used on it. Like they were like it added like a layer of complexity to them. But yeah, I think it just looks really cool. Very nice. And he's using the dark sledge chroma. And I'm guessing they're quantum? Yeah. And then we've got Hades over here on the other side next to Petunia. Let's go ahead and check them out. There we go. Okay, so we have PPZ asking, so the new disruption material coming out is a recolor of one that the devs gave out during the Extra Life event, right? Yes. So I don't know these. I think I know the specific colors vaguely. I'll try to go over them. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's pink. I think it's pink, orange, yellow, red, blue, black, and white. So I think there's like 8 different variants or something like that. 7 different variants, something like that. But I know that the purple one and the green one are not available because they were given away as dev rewards for like the you know, like you donated for them, and then you'd get them in the mail, or you get the codes for them in the mail, in the game, or in your email from the devs for the Extra Life charity streams or whatnot, or for just the Extra Life event in general for the fundraisers. So, so I know those aren't on the table. You can't get those until like Extra Life comes around. But yeah, so I think, yeah, white, black, red, blue, orange, yellow, pink. Yeah, orange, yellow, pink. Yeah, orange, yellow, pink, red, blue, white, and black. So what? That's like 7 or 8 variants. The blue and the red look really nice. So basically, the red and black are the are the rare ones, or the really rare 2. Then the orange, yellow, pink, blue, white. Those are the most common ones you'll get. And then the glossy finish material is supposed to be the ultra rare. Like that's higher than the other 2. If I'm not mistaken. When would the next Resurgence capsule come out? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. They don't really get that sort of information out just in general. I think the earliest they give that out to is to like multiverse or people within the creator league. But they don't even get stuff like super early. I think they only give it to them maybe like a week before or something, or maybe only a few days before. So they don't even get it super early from what was kind of being said. Or they kind of, there's some things where they don't get any sort of notice and they figure it out with everyone else. But yeah, I think every quarter you should expect a new time capsule, new booster bundle. Resurgence, I think you're looking at that maybe twice a year. So I would say, I don't know, maybe a few more months. Because they only do resurgence capsules like what, every 3 time capsules or every 2 time capsules. So it's going to be a little bit. Because they have to go through a few time capsules before they offer them in that resurgence. So it would make sense to do it later on in the year. So hopefully not anytime soon, because we're still sitting on our resurgence, or did they end? I mean, resurgence ends technically, like it's not going on right now, but you still can get like the resurgence from from like the day 21 rewards, so you can still get stuff from it because you get that free resurgence box as your 21-day reward. So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how often they're going to do that. But yeah, let me kind of go over that. So I kind of checked out Shuri there again. Let me just show them off again. They did like a really cool like cheetah style. I thought that was kind of cool. It's got a very like Eastern influence to it. I kind of like it. The hair's really cool. The face covering's kind of cool with the green eyes. Very nice. Very cool. Can't go wrong with that. And then Ivy had a style. Is that Ivy in the... I want to see if that's the old Arkham style. No, it's not. Okay. Alright. Man, yeah, they got all these freaking Ivy styles. I like the first 2 better, but they're not bad. And then you got Fire here. I did a Fire style recently in one of my last videos, but this is like her human like form, like before she turns into actual like fire. So this is kind of cool. This is her style in Justice League Unlimited and just the Justice League show, so that's kind of cool. Let's see what else. And then we've got, let's go ahead and we have JLA Israel. So let's check them out. Let me see if this is a person or not. I know that there's somebody that's an Israel character that posts in the Discord, and they usually do really good styles. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was them. I mean, this is kind of cool, and like the hands like work pretty well with like the bracers, which are the actual hands. That's kind of cool, and I like the shoulders where they have like the cracks on them, so it kind of shows like battle damage. To be honest, I wish the devs, now if they're listening to this, I hope they do, but I wish the devs made, so if you have a DLC and you have reg gear, I wish they made the reg gear, the regular, like, just regular how the gear looks like, just have it normally the way it looks. And then for the elite gear, they should make it battle damaged. I think that would be kind of cool if they made the elite gear the battle damage version of the regular gear. I think that'd be kind of sweet. Like, I don't think you'd go wrong with that. I think that'd be kind of cool. Oh, and here's his Azrael Batman style. Very nice. He replied to me in a tell, and he said, "It's me." So yeah, he knows I'm checking out his styles. But yeah, very nice styles. Very nice. All right, so I will look at two more styles, and then I think we'll call it a stream. So I'm seeing a Vanguard Superman, and just to kind of spill the beans a little bit on the channel, I do have a Superman video coming up very soon. It's got 5 different styles for Superman in the video. That should be dropping in another week or so. So if you like Superman styles, that should be popping up on the channel very soon. But the next one on the list is DC request styles. So that's the next slotted video, and once it goes out, we will get ever closer. Yeah, so that'll be kind of cool, and I got some other videos planned as well. So we should have a really nice full schedule of videos dropping down on the channel. So that should be kind of sweet. Let's look at this Kyle Rayner. Is he wearing what I think he's wearing? Is this the gray? Because I did the, okay, so he is doing what I thought he was doing. So he's doing the hybrid lantern Kyle Rayner. I did this style in my lantern request video, which was before the Marvel one. So this dropped a couple days ago, where I have the hybrid version of Kyle Rayner, his hybrid lantern style. The reason why I don't use any materials in the video is because I need the chest style, which has an emblem, because you try to get as many of the Lantern Corps emblems as possible on the style. Where this one isn't getting as many emblems as you can possibly get. But yeah, but you'll see with the video with what styles I use, it makes it a little better. But I do use the same aura. That aura's like amazing for that. I wouldn't use any other aura for that style. So, alright. I think we will... Wait. I'm gonna look at one more. This Air Zero DC right here. They caught my eye. Alright. There we go. Very nice. Okie doke. I am cool with that. I appreciate you all for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Laters. Y'all have a great Sunday.